Okay, so I've done these videos before on bootleg Game Boys. Last one was on Game Boy Advance games. This is on the original Game Boy games. Now, the thing to notice is that just because, I don't know if that's Japanese or Chinese writing, but just because it might have Japanese writing on it does not mean it's a bootleg. There was a whole bunch of games that were released in Japan, only in Japan as a matter of fact, and they were completely authentic from Nintendo. However, I think China has some regulations on being able to get these, so it's very easy to get bootlegged copies from China. You accidentally get them on eBay all the time. They're very common here in the US also. One thing to notice, it says the word game at the top. Does not say Nintendo Game Boy. The other thing is, this is an actual Nintendo. You look at all the writing that's on the side here. That's what it's supposed to look like. There isn't any on this, and there isn't any on this. The other thing is this is very glossy. These are not. They're not real glossy. On this one, even though they got the top right, you'll see there's this border. They didn't really cut the border properly around the outside of it. Also, when you turn it over on the back, should say Made in Japan on there. This one does not. It just says patent pending. This one does say Made in Japan. The other thing to notice is the weight. These are pretty light. This is really heavy. This is kind of light. One of the things that they're not supposed to have is a battery inside them. So I haven't taken these apart. I don't know if they have batteries in them, but I guess we'll see. So you take apart the actual Game Boy. This is a Game Boy bit that you get on eBay. They're fairly inexpensive. Nintendo doesn't like you taking apart their games, so they usually put special bits on them that you need a special screwdriver for. So, took that off. Now open it up. And that's exactly what it should look like. That's the motherboard of an actual Game Boy. Let's see what these look like. Alright, so it has the right bit. I mean, it's a little discolored. It's black instead of silver. Now, these are all made in factories, mostly in Japan, so they should pretty much look the same. When you start getting, you know, something as odd colored as a bolt, it shouldn't be that way. It should look exactly the same, so that should tell you also. Now when I open this up, let's see what's inside. Whoa, look at that battery. That is a huge battery. And look at the soldering on the motherboard. So this is definitely bootlegged. The actual battery is on the motherboard itself. It's in the chip. It should not have a battery like that on it. And one of the reasons that you don't want to get a bootleg, because you might ask, well, why do I care? Why it'll still play the game, is that this battery won't last as long. So you could be halfway through the game and lose everything on it, because that battery is just not going to last as long. Now this, it actually has a screw in there, so that tells you right away that it's not the right kind. And I have tried like heck to get this screw off, so I can't get it off. So I'm going to actually break this. To get it open. Let's see. I can't even get that open. Let's see if I can get the other side open. I'm just really dying to know what this looks like on the inside. Ooh! It went flying. Hold on. The camera went flying too, so hold on. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, I've never even seen one that looks like that. So, that is one, that's why it's so heavy. That is one brick of a chip. I don't see a battery in there, but look at that soldering. That is definitely bootlegged. So those are the ways that you can tell if you have a bootleg game. Definitely check it out, because like I said, it would really suck if you're playing the game and about halfway through it just crapped out on you. Also, sometimes in the beginning of these games, it'll have some weird Chinese writing or something that it's not supposed to have. So, okay, that's it.